Out in the bush today, my friends, thinking, as one does, or don't. What have I been thinking about? I've been thinking about, like, if someone says something to you, if it was, like, really, truly irrelevant to you, then it would just stay irrelevant to you. But then when you start thinking about it and it stays in your mind for a while, then there's likely truth to that. Even if it's something you wouldn't want to hear about yourself or admit to yourself, there'll probably be truth in it. But there doesn't have to be truth in it for long. This is what we call damn growth. We stay moving, we stay mobile. We work things out in our mind because the mind is a good tool for that. Because everything comes from there, so that's where you're going to have to do all your dealings. Which takes some practice because most people's minds are wired and geared towards shafting them day out and day in, to the point where it becomes an addiction to the shafting. And then when you get away from the shafting, you're like, oh my god, where's the shaft? You missed the shaft. But no, just work things out in your head. Like, if someone does say something and it is like sort of lingering about in you and holding power over you, because that's what it is. It's like, if someone says something to you, the fact they said it is their problem. But if you're sitting thinking about it and it's having an effect on you, that's your problem. In the sense of that, it's your problem, therefore you're going to have to deal with it. And you can deal with it. It's a case of, like, if someone's labelled you with something, do you want that to be true for yourself? Like, growing up, I'm sure a lot of us got stuck with labels like, you know, you're silly or you're lazy or whatever it is. And those labels become really, like, debilitating. They put you in a box and it feels weird to leave the box. But like I said with the shaft, it's like after a while you get so used to the box and comfy in the box that it becomes like a home. And to leave your home behind is it's a bit tough, you know. It can be a difficult thing to do, but it's ultimately worthwhile because a boxed human is an unhappy human, and nobody wants to be unhappy, you know. So it's break free from the box, and the way to do that is a good question. I suppose it's probably different for everyone. Just have a conversation in your mind, back and forth, you know. How did that make me feel? What emotions came up when they called me that? You know, was I angry at them, or was I jealous? Or if someone calls you an angry person and then you got angry about it, then that's probably just a vehicle for you to work through your anger and maybe change. And changing is a weird one because when you leave this box, it almost feels like you're lying to yourself. Because let's just say you're someone that's like, oh, I'm such a bitch, I'm a bitch, you know, like you're one of these people that just like identify themselves as bitchy or whatever. If someone came up to you and was like, oh, so what, are you bitchy? You have to then be like, no, I'm not bitchy. And it feels like a lie to begin with because that's what you've stuck yourself as for so long. And it can be difficult, but after a few times of changing your words and changing how you act, you're no longer bitchy. You're not that person anymore. They've been left behind. You're a new person. You've like entered a new suit of being, and it's for the better because no one wants to be a bitchy. Even if it's comfy for you, it's like, why would you want to be that, to be your trait? You know, like, just be cool. Because a good way maybe to help yourself realize why you want to get out of the box is that most of the boxes are negative traits, or because it's a box, it's a negative thing. They hurt people. It hurts people. You can actually have quite emotional impact on folk and have them feeling a certain way that if you only knew how much effect you were having, you would run and apologize as quick as you could. Because a lot of the time we think little passing comments are just little passing comments, but like I said, if someone finds truth in that about themselves, then that's going to be difficult for them to get away from that, and it could be weeks or even years that they think about a passing by comment, you know. So realize that breaking out the box really helps you and therefore helps everyone around you, because you're free and that gives them a wink to see that they could be free too. And freedom, it's damn nice. It's nice to be free. Once you feel it, you'll realise, yeah. Quick one today. Much love. Toodles.